Hi, Rich Karuba for bowlingball.com. Well, I'm going to talk to you highly skilled players, you advanced bowlers, you guys who are, and guys and gals who are capable of bowling a perfect game. Let's talk about bowling an 800 series. I'm telling you, that's just not going to happen for every one of you. It may have already happened and it may happen in the future, but it's not a given it will. 800 is very, very difficult. If you think it's tough to roll a 300 game, 800 is even harder. Let's face it, in a three-game league series, if you bowl 300 the first game, for example, you still need 500 for two games. You need good pin carry. So A, you got to hit the pocket all the time, and B, you can't afford open frames really, and C, you got to be able to carry the corner pins at the right times. And bowling is a fickle sport when it comes to the scoring system. It depends when you leave your corner pin. It will cost you more pinfall than at another time during the course of a game. So in other words, if in between doubles, if you leave a corner pin, it can cost you 21 pins if you would have thrown a strike in that frame. But if you leave a spare in the first frame, you get a spare in the first frame and start stringing from there, then it only costs you 10 pins, doesn't it? It's an 11 pin difference. So you have to be lucky to carry at the right time. You got to be lucky to hit the pocket consistently. And when you make adjustments during the course of that game, you still want to get that ideal angle of entry into the pocket. So you may have to change bowling balls, or you may have to make adjustments with your release. You certainly have to make angle adjustments as the lane breaks down and oil carries down the lane. And that transition happens during your league, doesn't it? When you got 4 or 5 people on the same pair of lanes bowling on a fresh oil pattern that was prepared just before you started bowling your league, and you get that carry down fast, the pattern changes somewhat. Particularly on some of those conditions that are wet dry, they're real sensitive to overreaction anyway, so you got to get the right ball and the right hand action, the right alignment so the ball doesn't jump out of the pattern, hook too soon and hit the nose, or over skid staying in the pattern too long and you come in behind the head pin, you can't carry. Then you got to fight the bad racks, huh? Maybe pins aren't set on spot precisely on a given lane or pair of lanes or on a given frame. So you got to keep an eye on that. There's so many variables when it comes to hitting the pocket to give you a fighting chance to roll 800 series. You almost have to have a lucky charm in your pocket to get it done. It's very difficult. And after all these challenges, then there's peer pressure, isn't there? If you got 300 and then you bowl 267 the next game, everybody's looking around, oh boy, Joe Bowler here only needs 233 to make that 800 series. And that's pressure as you get going, especially if you get a couple of doubles or a turkey early in the early frames of a final game. That's pressure on you. So you got to learn how to handle pressure. You got to learn how to continue to make good shots. You got to learn how to stay in the moment, make one good shot at a time, make the necessary adjustments. And then there's no guarantees. Every good player thinks they deserve an 800 series score. I think is mistaken. I know PBA National Tour champions that never rolled an 800 sanctioned series. So you can't take them for granted, can we? Especially on today's conditions. You know, it's a proven statistic that the vast majority of bowlers rolling an 800 series in this country today do so on fairly easy house lane conditions. So to do it on a challenging tournament condition is even more difficult. So regardless of how easy the lanes are, it's safe to say that 800 series is still a very difficult task. And it's no guarantee that you'll get one no matter how good you are. And if you do, it's a credit to you and to your ability to manage yourself well under pressure and in competition. So we wish you luck. It's a great experience if you're able to do it. And, you know, if you have any comments, please post them underneath the article. We're always glad to hear about your accomplishments. Thank you.